When you're out, you're way out. For any game to get ready for every week. You don't have to get ready to go lay it on the line. So if you don't have to get ready for something, why get ready for anything?
On Christmas, Labor Day, and Super Sunday. On this day, Super Bowl 18 will be played for the largest television audience ever to watch a sporting event. The Los Angeles Raiders, for the moment, the best football players in the world. Highly skilled, highly paid, they are superb young athletes at the peak of physical strength and stamina.
Play hard, baby! Run! We gotta play straight up, stay low, strong. Play our game.
A few have played for 10 or 15 years. But on the average, careers in the NFL last only 4.5 years. Injuries, age, and fierce competition take their toll. Soon, too soon, these men will be ex-football players. They have dedicated the better part of their lives to becoming masters of the game. Yet, before their 26th birthday, most will be forced to leave the game forever.
I'm straightening him out. I'm stringing him out. There's nothing I can do outside the trade end. I understand that. The thing is, Teddy got hooked down here. I had a perfect angle. I told him to widen out, and what he said was... Fucking war.
Theismann back. Looks off to the left, and he fires it out there. Intercepted! Jack Squirrel! Touchdown Raiders! I don't believe it! Holy Toledo!
Each year, 1 million kids play football in high school, 40,000 in college, but only the best 1,600 make it to the NFL. Virtually all of them learned their dangerous and exotic trade in college, but 74% never received their college degree. Many will enter civilian life with few marketable skills. Most will be plagued with football injuries for the rest of their lives.
We convinced the world that we are world champions, and there's no doubt about it.
No, who's going to take my picture?
Football been very, very good to us.
No, we knew they got a good defensive line. We just knew we had to go out there and physically pound on them, and that's what we like to do. Isn't that great, huh?
One man who played far longer than most is the legendary Double O, Jim Otto, Raiders center for 16 years.
Jim Otto, I guess the greatest all-pro center that's ever played this game, and you were here with your football team. All of a sudden, now you're here in a suit. Would you fit in with this offensive line? You kind of hide in there a little bit.
Well, I played at about 263, so I could have probably been in David's shoes. He's in my shoes, basically the same as I was at the time. I could fit in there.
In the early years of its existence, the American Football League was a motley collection of paperweight defensive tackles, tortoise-quick wide receivers, players of dubious talent, and one 200-pound offensive center. Now only the 200-pound offensive center remains, and while the league gained in stature, he has put on 55 pounds of muscle. The man is the last of the original Oakland Raiders, Double O, Jim Otto. His record is remarkable, for today marks his 205th consecutive starting assignment.
Jim Otto was an Iron Man. Jim Otto prided himself. I'm going to start, I'm going to play, I'm going to be there in the middle every game.
Hold him down there, baby!
But an Iron Man pays for it later. Through college and the first part of professional football, I may have had 30 concussions. I've broken my nose maybe 25 times. I broke my jaw, I had teeth kicked out. I detached the retina in my right eye. I have 2 cauliflower ears from getting kicked in the side of the head where the helmet would crash, and now the cartilage in the ear here is turned like the bone on both ears, and it's very hard. Had 2 elbow operations, where I had to have both my elbows operated and fixed up. Several broken ribs at various different times, torn muscles, groin pulls, back injuries, just a lot of different sprained ankles. At different times my ankles would be sprained. Injuries such as maybe tearing your diaphragm off the ilium where it attaches down here on the ilium. You know, you get kicked in the side. It's like a hip pointer, only a little worse, because it actually does. You do get a tear in the diaphragm, and the diaphragm is a muscle that helps you breathe. And golly, just a lot of different little bruises and bumps and charley horses and stuff. Both my kneecaps have been broken.
He earned himself a place in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. 150 stitches in his face, and under the skin of his left knee lies a plastic and metal artificial joint. Jim Otto hasn't played football in 10 years, but the pounding and twisting have left virtually every joint in his body arthritic. Now, at 46, he's a successful businessman, but he can barely sit or stand for any length of time. He cannot run, jog, ride a bicycle, or dance with his wife.
If you walked into the Raider locker room 10 years ago, you would have seen a guy that lives, sleeps, eats, drinks football. You could always recognize him because he always was bleeding. He had blood all over his face, his nose was always cut, his fingers were always twisted, and he went through a lot of pain. But he loved playing so much that he just didn't know when to give it up. He loved it just that much, and you could always recognize him because he was always there.
I know many times during the night I was up every 20 minutes putting new ice packs on his knees, and I never even gave it a second thought. I just did it because I knew that he had to be ready for the game the next week.
Next month, he must enter the hospital for back surgery or risk partial paralysis. It will be Jim's 13th football-related operation.
Jim, how do you feel in the morning when you wake up?
I feel like I got hit by a truck. I don't think there's any copyrights on this thing. The spirit of Miami youth. See, I did graduate from high school. There's my diploma. Wausau High School, Wausau, Wisconsin. Yes, I did play football in high school. I was track. See, I got first prize in the discus. I got some other ribbons. I don't know where they all are, but it was a lot of fun. You can go, oh, here's my letter from high school. Here's one of my letters. How about that? That's old. That's real old. That kid there is going to college now on a football scholarship, but he's really a good boy. A bubblegum card. I said, wow, I finally made the big time.
Jim Otto saw thousands of men come and go as he fought his way through 16 seasons of pro ball. Finally, in 1975, age and injury caught up with Double O.
This was the last game I ever played, and right there, I played well, but I didn't want to go out not playing well. And I knew that I couldn't play well with the way the knee was. And so I decided to retire.
And he retired because he was afraid that year his knees were bad. And he said to me, I know I could play at least 8 games, but if I can't make the whole season and then I have to be benched and Dalby come in, the timing of the whole offensive line and the whole offense is off. And he said, I can't let the team down that way.
When Jim Otto stepped down, Dave Dalby won the starting job at center and has held on to it for 9 years. Now, 5 knee operations later, he's the old pro.
That's what's so tough about football, people don't understand, is that there's always a constant pressure every year. I mean, there's a player coming after your position from the colleges every year. There's 1,200 graduates, or I don't know how many there are, but they all want your job, and there's only 26 of them.
Jim Romano, 23, came to the Raiders from Penn State. He's after Dave Dalby's job.
David, as far as he wants, he'll play forever, probably. They're going to have to drag him out of the locker room. Probably his fingernails are going to be caught in the rug. But hey, sooner the better. It's fine with me. He can retire tomorrow, and I'll come to his retirement party.
When you talk professional football, you don't talk job security. It's something that you don't know if you're going to be here today or gone tomorrow, or you're going to be injured, or you're going to be maimed for life, you're going to be dead. Someone over your shoulder is going to take your position.
When you first start playing, you think it's forever. You're healthy, you're feeling good, you're on top of the world.
It really is, but